Hello everyone, how are you all? So, yes, I already sent you the details of the chapters which is deleted from our textbook. Okay, which are the chapters? How to tell wild animals. That poem we have last class we have discussed it. Even though CBC already said that one, if it is deleted, then also you must read the chapter or you should understand what is there. You should not need to study the chapter for your examination, that is there, but you have to learn the chapters. Which are the chapters? How to tell wild animals, trees, folk, Mijibil the otter, then for and Gregory. After, from our textbook, which is that footprints without feet, from that textbook three lessons are there: the midnight visitor, a question of trust, and finally a book that saved the earth. These three. There are some different some changes are there in our question paper pattern also. I would like to discuss about that later. I will tell you. So some of the question that if I say question number is reduced today, some questions added there, some grammar is removed from there. These all things I will tell you later. Okay, you don't worry about that. Today we are going to start a new poem. The name of the poem is The Bowl Poem. It was written by John Berryman. So about the poet and the introduction of the poem, everything we can do now. So let's go to the lesson. If you must have your textbook in front of you, you must have a pen or pencil with you. Whichever the hard words there, you must underline there, and which are the poetic devices we discussed here. These all things you note in the textbook. Okay, so don't forget, you must do these things and be ready. We are going to start the poem. Let's watch the poem. Let's check the poem. The Ball Poem by John Berryman from our class 10's language and literature textbook, First Flight. Let's check about the poet. John Berryman was an American poet and scholar. He is best known for the Dream Songs, which was a sequence of 385 poems. He won Pulitzer Prize for the Dream Songs. He also won National Book Award. Now let's check the introduction. The poet John Berryman, through his poem, The Ball Poem, has described the reality of life which everyone has to face one day. He has touched the topic of how to stand up against the miseries and sorrows of life. The Ball Poem. What is the boy now who has lost his ball? What? What is he to do? I saw it go, merrily bouncing down the street and then merrily over. There it is in the water. So the poet here looking at a boy who has lost his ball. So the poet says there, what is the boy now? Here he means that he want to know what will be the feeling of the boy. What is the feeling of that boy when he lost his ball? And he says, what? What is he to do? And further he wants to know what will the boy do now. First he wants to know the feeling of the boy. After that he wants to know what he is going to do. So what happens there? I saw it go merrily bouncing down the street and then merrily over. There it is in the water. So the poet saw that the ball merrily bouncing. Merrily means cheerful, happily. Bouncing. What is bouncing? Bouncing means jumping up and down. So the poet wants to say that he saw the boy may be playing with the ball and it fell off from his hands and it jumped off go on and through the street it fell into the water. So here some poetic devices are given there. Look there. Imagery and repetition. Imagery means when poet says merrily bouncing down the street. So when the poet says that I saw the ball was merrily bouncing down the street. So that is image. You will get a picture of that one image. Repetition. What is repeated there? So look at this next stanza. Now used to say, oh, there are other balls. An ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy as he stands rigid, trembling, staring down all his young days into the harbor where his ball went. I would not intrude on him. A dime, another ball is worthless. Now he senses first responsibility. So look there. No used to say, oh, there are other balls. So he says that one. I'm not going to say the boy that, oh, don't worry about the ball which you lost. Another balls are there. Different balls are there. He's saying that one. No use for that. If I say that, that is no use for it. An ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy as he stands rigid. Rigid means fixed, trembling, staring down. Trembling means shaking. Staring down means looking down. So, all his young days into the harbor where his ball went. Harbor. What's harbor? Is a dock or a port. So, he was thinking, he was standing there rigid, standing rigid. He stand fixed without moving, trembling, he was shaking, staring down, looking down to the stream or that river where the ball went. When he lost the ball, he was looking, standing the same place where he was standing, and he was shaking because of sorrow, grief, and looking down to the ball which he has lost. So he was thinking, my younger days, the boy's younger days, he played with that ball in that harbor, but that ball was missed now. He lost the ball. His ball went. He lost the ball. I would not intrude on him. A dime. Another ball is worthless. Dime means 10 cents. It's a currency used in US. 10 cents. Cent. CENTS. 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 Dime. 10 cents. A currency used in US. Worthless means useless. Valueless. So he's saying that one, saying it's a buying a new ball is worthless. Now he sends the first responsibility. The poet says that now the boy sends the first responsibility in his life. The lost. He learned what is meant by lost. So the poet doesn't want to say to the boy that you don't worry about the ball. Another ball will. There are different balls are there, and it's a small ball, and you can buy it for another dime. If you give money, you can buy another one. That is such a type of words will not console. It will not give happiness to the boy. He knows that. But from this incident, the poet says that the boy learned a responsibility, another responsibility in his life. He sensed the responsibility. He felt the responsibility in his life. So we should think that one. We should not cry for the loss. We should learn it from that. Okay, some meanings are given there, word meanings. Each and every word meaning is given there. Then literary device is there. Repetition of the word ball. Use of word ball. It is repeated there. So let's check the next one. In a world of possessions, people will take balls. Balls will be lost always, little boy. So here, okay, and no one buys a ball back. Money is external. So look there in the first two lines. The balls is there. What is balls used there? Balls is that the external things of the people. That is our the things which we have. That is external. Possession. What is your possession? The ownership. So the poet says that one. In a world of possessions, people will take balls. Balls will be lost always. So people will buy things with the money. And we know that one every time the things will lose. We cannot hold each and everything with us. We have to, some things we have to let go, or some things we will lose. It happens. No one buys a ball back. That means if we lose something, nobody is trying to get it back because we'll get another one. Money is external. What is external? External means the things with which feelings are not attached. We should not attach the things with that. Money is not attached with the feelings. Okay, so he's learning well behind his desperate eyes. Desperate means hopeless. The epistemology of loss. Epistemology is a what's the epistemology of loss means the knowledge of lost. Epistemology of loss, the knowledge of loss. How to stand up, knowing what every man must one day know, and most know many days how to stand up. So look there, standing up again, how to stand up against the laws, stand up against the laws. So here is say the boy learns something well behind his hopeless eyes. What he learns? The knowledge of laws, the knowledge of laws he learned, and he learned how to stand up knowing what every man must one day know. So what he says that one standing up against the lost. So overcoming the lost and moving on in life. So every man should learn that one. If a loss happens, we should overcome the loss and moving on in life. That everyone should learn. Many men learn in one day. One day everyone will learn. And most of the men will learn many days. So how to stand up in the life, that the boy learned now itself. The boy learned how to stand up. So a new lesson he has learned there. What is that? When he lost the ball, he was looking there fixedly, but now the poet says that one, from this incident the boy learned a new life lesson. What is that life lesson? Standing up against the loss. That means overcoming the loss and moving on in life. Is it? So without, okay, weird meanings are given there. Without thinking about the laws, we should stand against the laws. So literary devices which are there used there. Alliteration, the use of sound B. Then repetition, bold word is repeated. So I hope you all understood the poem. Thank you.